Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're getting into an 80s entertainment tribute. We're going to travel back to the decade that is so loved by so many of you, and we've loved being able to travel back in time and experience it ourselves, but we're going to get into a tribute. I have no idea what this is going to have in this video, but I figured there might be some things that we haven't experienced yet, and then maybe we can elaborate on some of those things going forward in another video.
Oh,
if you guys
yeah, that's a good idea. Like, give us a little view into what
teaser.
other things that we could potentially do.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's full of good ideas, Sam.
You are full of good ideas.
So look, we got to get your insights, though, in this video. Let us know your experiences and anything they talk about. Give us those comments down below and maybe give us an idea of where to go next. Are you ready, Sam, to get into the 80s tribute?
The 80s surprise. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
I thought this was a party! Let's dance!
Kevin Bacon.
Super Mario, Prince. It's the Lobster Clan. So many classics. Well, Samantha, are you having flashbacks here or what?
Yeah, some of the stuff I recognize. There's a lot that I don't, but I recognize the people in it, right? And it's just so crazy to see some of these actresses and actors that had grown to be so famous when they were so young, because a lot of these are very young. Like Richard Gere, I almost didn't even recognize him with like dark hair.
Even that shot of Kevin Costner in there, right? He's still doing his thing now, and you know he's obviously much older, but tells you how long his career has been going on for with so many of these people. That's true.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that I probably recognize a few more things maybe from the music side, or sorry, from the movie side.
Yeah, same.
Because I'm a little bit older than you. Not a ton, don't worry, guys. but yeah, like there's a few movies in there. You know, I think you, like, as an example, we ended up watching the RoboCop movie, right?
Yes,
the
we
new
did.
one, right? Yeah. But you weren't initially familiar with the original.
No.
And I was like, oh, you're not familiar with RoboCop. We got to watch that, right? And then I think this might be a clip from Rocky here. So there's some, I think, film elements that I'm a little more familiar with. And then we've gotten introduced to some of the music elements. We've seen some of the music videos and stuff that have come up through our journey here, but we haven't done a lot of film.
Yeah, like I saw some Prince, Michael Jackson on there. I think some of the other things I recognize was like Dirty Dancing. I think there was 16 Candles.
Those are ones I'm not familiar with. So.
Yeah. There's a couple other ones. But anyways, there's like maybe a handful that I was like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
And then there's other ones where I'm just like, oh, I know that actor or actress, but I don't know what this specifically is. Like I noticed Kevin Bacon, Richard Gere. Yeah.
It's so crazy.
John Travolta.
It's so crazy, though, that there were so many classics, right, that came out in this era that then ended up having
Top Gun. There's a lot of Top Gun clips.
Yeah, there was a few of those. Yep, for sure. And but these movies, have went on and lived on for so long, right? They have been around as classics, but we don't get that anymore so much, right? As we've gone on further, there's less and less. We've talked about this before. Less and less stars now.
I was just thinking that.
Right? There's more people that are making one-offs here and there, but there's not these superstars that we're seeing in
that
these clips.
basically came out of like the 80s, like the 80s and the 90s. I feel like solidified kind of like a lot of these Hollywood big names, and then now it's kind of they're still those people. Some of them are still relevant, but there hasn't really been replacements for them because of the streaming era that we live in now. There's just so many actresses and actors and content to watch. And
all right, let's keep it going.
Inspector Gadget.
So much, man. Wow, so crazy how much quality creativity came out. Maybe the peak, like we're never going to get to that again. I'm sure people would argue the 60s, 70s, the 80s. You might be arguing which was the best decade between those three, but I feel like that was the peak, right? After that, it was kind of downhill.
Like, woo, and then,
Yeah. I mean, like, there's great stuff from the 90s and the early 2000s, but like, I don't think anything will capture I don't think any era will capture it all in one decade the way the 80s probably did, between music and film and entertainment, because it was almost like it was, as I was alluding to, the creative peak, in the sense that you were still taking the earlier decades that, you still created things and were thinking about the process and putting a lot of time and effort into what you were building without having so much technical influence, but you had enough with those tools to make some special things happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think by this point, the technology had advanced enough that it gave people more options to do more with things, right? So it's crazy though. Like, I recognize there's a lot that I didn't recognize, but I recognize more than I thought that I was going to. Like, there was, every couple seconds, I was like, oh, that.
I recognize a lot. I would say I recognize probably 80% of it.
That's good.
80 to 85. And I think a lot of it is honestly from doing stuff related to the channel. We've done a lot of music related content, but obviously I come across other things, from, researching for music videos to do, then there's things associated with those music videos that come up. So I feel like I've been exposed to a lot of this stuff, probably more so than you as well, because the age difference being slight. But yeah, I would say I recognize about 80% of it.
That's cool. That's a lot. I'd say I probably recognize about like 40% of it. Definitely more in the second half. Like in the second half, there's like Goonies, Indiana Jones, Gremlins, Star Wars. There's like a lot, I feel like, in the second half.
Yeah,
like
you
all the cartoons. Like I think the cartoons lived on for a long time, right? So that's probably why I remember Inspector Gadget and like DuckTales and all that stuff, right? So
there was quite a bit that you recognize, right? So just a lot of flash clips here that we saw, right?
Yeah, it's also so fast. Like by the time I recognized what it was already on to the next one.
All right, guys, let us know what you think about this video. Did it bring back any flashbacks for you? Let us know if there's anything in this video that we should go further into, dive a little bit deeper. And we always appreciate your insights. So drop it down below, hit the like button, hype this video up. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching.